Good morning, YouTube. This is your girl Erica coming to you live on a beautiful Friday afternoon. But anyway, I'm always getting these messages in the mail to watch videos and do a reaction video. You know, do a reaction video to the 2 girls, 1 cup, 2 girls, 1 finger, the BME Pain Olympics video or whatnot. And I'll watch them, but I normally don't do reaction videos. That just isn't my thing. But anyway, last night, me and my brother and his girlfriend, we watched that BME Pain Olympics video. And it's really, really bad. It's just really, it's like a mutilation video. So there's nothing but blood and it's really bad. It's really bad. But after the video went off, the questioning mechanism begins rolling in my head, you know, especially when I think something is bullshit, or if I think that there's a little bit of bullshit behind something, my questioning mechanism starts to kick in, you know, it starts to revving up. And then my brother's girlfriend made an excellent point that I was thinking about while I was watching the video is, you know, her point she was making was for a man to, well, okay, the BME video, if you all have never seen that, he's cutting off his own cock and balls. I'll just put it out there. He cut off his own cock and balls, okay, and he videoed it, right? And so she made the good point of saying that in order for someone to survive something like that, they would have to be rushed to the emergency room immediately, you know, which is the truth. It's just the truth. You know, you really cannot survive getting your cock and balls cut off without going to the emergency room immediately. And once you get to the emergency room, and once staff sees that your cock and balls is missing, or if it's not attached, shit like that gets out. It gets out to the media. It may not get out to CNN, but the local media will definitely pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and fuck the confidentiality shit, you know what I'm saying? That's newsworthy. You know, how many times have you turned on the TV and you hear about some man putting a gerbil up his ass, or putting a Coke bottle getting stuck in his ass? You hear about that shit. You hear about that shit. That shit makes it into local papers. So don't you think some guy cutting off his cock and balls is going to make it in local papers if he actually did some shit like that? You know, wouldn't they talk about some guy being rushed to the emergency room, fucking almost in critical condition because he's fucking bleeding to death? I mean, from the video that I saw, this motherfucker should be dead. Should be dead from all the blood and stuff that I saw there. So it just doesn't seem real to me. It just does not seem right to me. You know, I look at shit like that, and you know, my questioning mechanism kicks on. You know, you cannot just feed me any old fucking thing and think that I'm supposed to believe it. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit. I've been in the medical field for too long, and seen a lot of things to know that some things you should question. And so somebody said, well, Erica, there's a lot of snuff films out there that, you know, have that type of stuff. I said, yeah, you might be right about the snuff films, but it's a snuff film. You don't, it's not out there for the masses to see. You actually have to look for these, you know, these quote-unquote real mutilation videos, you know, snuff films where, you know, they're raping women and shit like that, and mutilating women and putting it on video. You have to look for that shit. They don't put it out there for the masses to see and do a reaction video to it. I mean, come on, use your brain. Now, the 2 girls, 1 cup and 1 finger, that's nothing. That's nothing. I've been in the adult industry long enough to know that that kind of shit just turns people on sometimes. You know, eating shit and vomit is just, it's a fetish. I've seen pictures from the 60s and 70s of people eating shit and vomit. So that's not a new occurrence. You know, I've seen that's been around for a long time. Maybe even longer than that. But no, I don't, not that BME Pain Olympics. You know, you can Google that shit if you want to watch it. Go right ahead. You have to have a strong stomach to deal with it. But as I always say, always question shit. It just don't make sense when I watch it. It just really doesn't make sense. But it's good entertainment. So whoever filmed that, good entertainment. Fucking loser.